Hello everyone, this is Hassan from CA Group. In this tutorial I want to show you how to export a temperature contour from the Ansys Fluent from the problem that I already solved in Ansys Fluent, and then import it in Tecplot 360 in order to create a beautiful figure from that contour. So here you can see I already simulated a problem. It is just a simple square with some boundary condition, and I already solved it with energy equation and laminar equations. Let's see the contour here first and then export it to Tecplot. So I want to show you the temperature with static temperature, and here is the contour. For example, in bottom of this square the temperature was 320, and the other surfaces, other sides is 300, around 300. Yes. In order to export this data to Tecplot, we need to go to the file and export solution data. Here you should choose the Tecplot from this list, and then click the surface or zone that you want to export data. In this problem I have a solid surface, which is the solid zone of the problem that I already solved, and here you can export every parameters that you want. For example, a static pressure or radial velocity or whatever. But as you know, this is a simple problem, and I just had a temperature, so I just export the static temperature from this list. Let's say static here, static temperature. So we select the Tecplot here and the solid zone or any surface or iso surface that you already made, and then a static temperature. So let's write it as a temperature contour. Okay, so I already saved this file, which plt file, in the working directory, and then the next step is to launch the Tecplot 360. Here I'm using the trial version license. In order to import the file here in the Tecplot software, we need to go to the file and load data. Here the working directory that I have, and here the file that I exported from the Ansys Fluent. I just open it. So here you can see the gray color, which is showing the solid region. In order to get the contour, you should active contour here and go to the contour section and click on the temperature. So here you can see the temperature contour, and this software by default provided contour levels. As you can see, it's from 301 to 319, which is almost maximum and minimum value. Also here you can change the rain, you can change the color map. You have many options here, like 2 color, 3 color, or a small rainbow or large rainbow. So I just choose small rainbow here, and here you have another option, which is give you more options in order to create a contour. Like you can choose a continuous color map or banded color map. Also, when you create the contour, as you can see here, the software automatically give you a legend, as you can see, and if you double click on it, you will go to this window, which you can edit it, like changing the alignment of the legend, horizontal or vertical, or you can change the line space, like here, which is 1.2 is good, or 1.3, let's say. And even you can change the font, like here I would like to have a Arial for number font, and the header, which is temperature, is also Arial. Okay, and even you can change the size. Here you can change the size. I put 3. Okay, 3 is good, looks good. Okay, so you have many options here for legend, and here was the options for the temperature. If you want to delete one of the contour levers, you just click on the contour levers and remove, and if you want to add it again, just add the value and click on add level, as you can see here. So this is the good figure, but some people prefer to not have this axis here. So in order to remove this axis, you should go to the plot axis and deselect this value, this show y-axis and x-axis, and here you can see a beautiful contour from your data, from your numerical results. Also, you can remove the line around your legend, which is good. Some people prefer to have lines, so you can go to the legend box here and click no box. So this is a good figure that you can have, but sometimes some projects make you to have many different figures in many different contours in one figure. So I want to show you this one, how to make the multiple contours in one single figure in order to publish them, those kind of figure, in the paper. Let's do this again. I just delete this one. I can right click on it or hide, or while I'm selecting, press the delete button here and OK. In order to create a good figure, first of all, the most important things is that you should pay attention to the paper setup here. So here the paper setup by default was letter, which has 11 inch of wide and 8.5 inch of high. So here you can see the paper, but it's not active. I mean, it wasn't show in this area. So I click on the show paper on a screen and I change the color. Let's say green. Yes. So here you can see the paper. What that means, this paper? It means that you should put your figure or frames within this green frame. So for example, if you have something like this, and if your contour is cover this area, when you want to export the file as a JPG or any other formats, you don't have your figure when you export. So it's better you put the frame within this green paper. Okay, so let's go how to make a multi-contour from temperature, let's say, in one single figure. First, I increase the size of the frame, as you can see here, and if you double click on this edge, which is the frame 001, you can change the wide and change the height of the image. I put 11 and change it a little to the left. Even you can set the position here like 0, 0. Okay, I need to create another frame, so I go to the frame tab and create new frame like here. I want to have two figures here. After you created the frame, you click on it, and here you can see the frame 002 is activated. In order to have the contour here, you should go to the file, load data, and temperature contour that I already have. So I don't want to have these axes here, and I click the contour. Let's have a contour with small rainbow color map without legend. In order to make it better here, I can activate the edge but since we have other edge, so we ignore it. Okay, as you know, we have edge here, but also we have another edge here. The reason that we have this edge, because when I work with the Ansys Fluent, okay, I launched Ansys Fluent with two parallel solver, two parallel core, and even if you go to the display mesh, and if we show the parallel section, so here, excuse me, we should go to the display and partitions. If we show the partitions, you can see the exact line here, as you can see here. So this is my advice. If you want to export data from Ansys Fluent to Tecplot, it's better to run the Ansys Fluent or launch the Ansys Fluent with one single core instead of 2 or 3 or parallel version. So this is my mistake that I already did. So next time, just use a single core in order to get the data from your Ansys Fluent software. So at this point, I disable the edge, but as you can see, this figure is not good. So I go to the plot axis, and in the area section, I want to adjust the border of this figure. Let's say I want to have 10 from the left side, 10% of viewport position, 90% from the right, 90% from the top, and 10% from the bottom. So here, as you can see, so we can change the plot a little better, and also you can set nice fit to full size or fit to full size. Okay, and put 90° here. Okay, this is the contour that I want to have. Even you can set 0, why not, like 100 and 0. Okay, and click like this, and okay, I guess when I changed the axis here, it wasn't active. Yes, it wasn't active. So okay, so here the nice fit of the view. Let's say we want to have another figure next to this one. Let's say we want to compare many different contour at the same time in one figure. So I just copy this by pressing Ctrl C, and by then pressing Ctrl V. We can have another frame, and if you go to the frame, edit active frame, you can change it to the frame 003. I want to have another figure in this frame. So another way that we can have a contour is contour plus line. In order to have it, we need to go to the zone style while this one is active. You should make sure that this one is active, and go to the contour tab and change the contour type. Like you can have lines, or you can disable the shades, or you can keep it. Even you can have lines and float like this one, and yes, you can have this option. So I will keep this, or it's better to, let's say, just lines. Okay, so here the lines, but this is not valuable. In order to have a contour for the black and white papers, sometimes journal asks you to give the black and white figures. So you cannot have the contours like this in that journals. In order to have the black and white figures with suitable label, you need to go to the, while this frame is active, you need to go to the contour and go to the labels tab and click show labels. And when you click show labels, you can see some changes happening here. You need to change the font, and also you need to increase the size of font. So here 2.5, let's say 3, it's a good value. So you can have you can show the data, your result like this. And even you can reduce the spacing. Sometimes it's helpful to get a good view, or increasing the space. And you can you can increase the level skip in order to have less label, but you can increase the size, as you can see here. And here the contour value, you can have a contour number, and then you can activate the legend from the next tab, and see you can have a legend with stating the contour, the label number, and the temperature in front of it, which is so I prefer delete this one and having the contour value instead of contour number. It depends to your the way that you want to publish your results. It's all up to you. Okay, if you want to add a label like here, you can select here label contour lines and just click here. For example, you can says like yes, disable this one, but you can add by yourself just one label here, one label here, here, that's it. And even you can change the background, let's green or whatever you want, red. Okay, this is how we can have different frame and different frame within a one frame in order to have many different contours. So let's say you want to have a title. You can click here like add text, and while the frame 1 is active, just create the label for it like A. You can even change the font and bold it, put it here, and another one in here like B. And if you would like to have a color map in this big frame, it's easy. You just need to activate the color map. So activate the contour, but you can disable contour here, show contour, and you can activate the legend. Okay, let me show you. Okay, it need to be active, so I just can move it to the somewhere that it cannot appear in the within the frame. I can select horizontal. I can reduce the line like 1.1 here, and then you can have 4 contour here and with one label on top of it. So this is how you can have many contours like temperature, pressure, velocity. It's up to you, it depends on your problem, and then export it. So in order to export the file, you can go to the file and export. It can be a PNG or JPEG. So I click on the all frame. Just pay attention when you want to export the data, you should select all frames, and here you can enter the width. Normally I put 1500. I normally put it, and even you can increase the quality of the figure. And this is my working directory. I wanna save it here with temp contour. If you go to the working directory, you will see temperature temp contour here as a result of your work. Thank you for your attention. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video.